What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Perfectly Flawed, and here I don't care what you do, what you did, or who you did. We are all flawed people, but the choice is yours to do it perfectly. Remember to make sure that y'all mess that subscribe button up, drill it. Stop playing with my emotions. Go ahead and subscribe. It should be down here, one or two. And make sure y'all give me a thumbs up and share the videos. Leave me a comment for whatever. Today's video is going to be a real chat one-on-one. I haven't done one of those on my channel in a minute. I want to say the last one I did was about 3 months ago. So today we're talking about you. I can't remember this girl's name exactly. I have everything pulled up on my phone, but I know she was known as like the Jamaican princess or something like that. Now, I wasn't the person that initially seen this. My mother was the person that initially seen it, and she told me about it. She was like, we have to talk about this in the video. Once you get into the details and you read everything that's trending and you see the videos, y'all should already know me by now. Y'all know it had me lit. So we'll start off with Mom. How you feel about it? 100% honest. Be real, just like me. Maybe if you don't want to be that real, you might not want to be as real as me, as I put stuff out there. But we'll start off with your thoughts on what you think of this situation.
Okay, first of all, the reason why this particular topic or this situation made me want to talk about it is because my youngest, his baby brother, is in a private liberal arts college in Connecticut, which the particular college that he goes to is quite expensive. He is on academic scholarship. His particular college is very pricey,
step under Ivy League. Just a step under Ivy League.
Yes, I mean, beautiful campus. Primarily, you might well just say it's a college that traditionally New England area rich white folks send their kids to. And then some rich white folks in other parts of the country too, because of course, I mean, you know, it's not like you're restricted to the state that you live in. But in order to be able to afford this particular tuition, I mean, the tuition itself is $52K per year. That's just the tuition. That's not including room and board. Fortunately, my son does have full tuition scholarship. He also receives some other scholarship funds to cover his room and board and other essentials that he needs. So, he's doing quite well. The reason that I have an issue with it is because this young lady, Jasmine, going to the University of Hartford, I believe it was having a problem with a roommate. Now, from a parent's perspective, when you send your child off to college, being a black parent, you know that your child is going to come in contact with people who maybe have never been around black folk. Urban black people. African American. It doesn't matter who. They've probably never been around black people at all. And in maybe the few that they have been around, you don't know in what context that they've been around them in. So, of course, college is supposed to be a learning space. It's supposed to be, them learning how to move around and get around in the world and being open to new ideas. And you want them to explore and learn and develop into the full adults that they're going to be. Because they're young adults when they go. They're generally 17, 18, 19 years old when they go off to college. So, of course, you want them to expand their horizons, not just get a quality education, but also to get an education about life, learning how to deal with people, learning how to network with people. What you don't want is for them to go into a situation where they're being mistreated or abused. Now, this young lady was having a problem with her roommate, had been having some health issues, had gone to the student clinic. They told her that she had this bacterial infection in her throat, didn't realize, where she was getting it from until she was moving out, and her roommate made a video where in this video she confessed to putting spitting in her coconut products that she was using on her hair and her body, putting moldy clam dip into her lotions, taking her toothbrush and putting it where the sun didn't shine. So leave that to your imagination. That could mean that she was, putting the toothbrush up her butt or doing whatever with it. Whatever she was doing.
Nasty as hell. That's what she was doing.
And then also rubbing dirty tampons on this young lady's backpack. And in the video showed, you know, the stains that she had put on, the smear marks that she had put on this young lady's bag. Initially, when the young lady saw this video, which was brought to her attention by other people, the university didn't respond in a way that she felt was appropriate at first. But then once the video went viral, then all of a sudden the university did something about it. Now, in defense of the university or the college that my son attends, they are very good, or they were very good at reaching out to parents and students and families prior to them even getting to campus, you know, to kind of envelop you into their whole family, you know, there. So I don't believe that that type of situation could happen on his campus. Although, as a parent, that's a worry that I have, that, you know, what if it did happen to him? And I really relate to it because initially when he first was looking at different colleges and stuff, as a mom, I was, you know, praying, please don't let him go any further than a one-day car ride. You know what I'm saying? But he ended up going from Illinois all the way to Connecticut, which I was uncomfortable with, but because of the opportunity, I couldn't begrudge him that and say, no, don't do it, and have him incur greater debt in order for him to be closer. That just didn't make any sense. So it worked out better for him to go ahead and go. So when I saw this whole situation, that this young lady had been made ill by virtue of the fact that she was this young lady's roommate, I was feeling some kind of way about it. And I approached him about, you know, speaking out about it, because what a lot of people don't realize that, and maybe people who grow up in more sheltered environments, not knowing how to deal with people who are different from them, whether it's because they're people of color or because they come from an urban area or not of the same economic background that they come from, whatever the situation is, the fact that she thought that it was okay for her to put this young woman's health in danger just simply because she didn't like her. Now, we don't know that the reason that she didn't like her was because she was black and she was white. We don't know that. We don't know that for sure.
That's definitely in the back of our mind.
But of course, that makes us think about, okay, because why would you pick her coconut products to do the spitting in? I mean, it's just... I'm just feeling really uncomfortable with the fact that this young lady felt that it was okay for her to do this. I mean, a lot of people don't realize to spit on someone, depending upon the jurisdiction that you live in, that is considered an assault if you spit on someone. So to be so disrespectful is to, you know, an item that she has to put in her mouth, that she uses for her hygiene. You know what I'm saying? She could have given this woman an infection that could have, you know, what if she had gotten septic from it?
That's the first thing I was gonna say.
You know, it's serious. It's very serious. And I understand that the university may not have thought that it was as serious as it was, because of course they don't want to overreact to something, but underreacting to something is just as bad. Because then that particular student doesn't feel supported and their families don't feel supported. Because as a mother, had she been my child, you know what I'm saying, my first reaction would have been to just go to that college campus, wrap her up, and take her away. Because now I don't feel that she would be safe.
Yeah, that's your reaction. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, but I mean, of course, all of those other things go into it too. You know, you don't want to go out and show your behind.
No, we would.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get real black soon as you finish.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it concerns me. It really, really concerns me that there are these people out there who think that it's okay to react that way. If she didn't like the girl, and if she didn't like the girl because she was black, let's just flip it. Had the black girl put things in her hair care products, you know, had she done things with her toothbrush, I don't even think it would have been a second thought that she would have come up against some kind of repercussions. She would have been probably expelled, dropped from the university, had her financial aid revoked, whatever the situation was, whatever method of punishment they could have come up with. I doubt that they would have waited as long as they did had it been reversed.
And I feel that the legal, charges would have been more extensive than what this girl was charged with. She was charged with 3rd-degree criminal mischief and 2nd-degree breach of peace. Had it been reversed, had the black girl been doing this to that white girl, the minute she put the moldy clam juice in whatever she put it in, the minute she did the spitting, the minute she did any of that, this would have been something like, oh no, she tried to poison her.
Exactly.
This would have been, oh no, attempted murder or aggravated assault, something. Because to tell you the truth, to spit on somebody is like, it's aggravated assault. You can be charged with aggravated assault for spitting on someone. To be spitting, like let's say if you work in the food industry, if you spitting in somebody's food, that I want to say they've chopped that up to what, attempted murder or something like that? Because nobody knows what's in it. So why is it that she's getting off with breach of peace and 3rd-degree criminal mischief? And you hate to bring the race card in things, but you don't have a choice but to bring it in. That's saying is that if this situation was reversed, these charges would have been completely different. The repercussions for this black girl, Jamaican Barbie or whatever this
White bitch wanted to call her. Yup, I said it.
I said it. Whatever this white bitch is wanting to call her, how is that okay? It's not okay. It's not okay. Her first reaction would have been to go get the girl.
My first reaction would have been to beat that bitch. That's what I would have did. That's what I would have done.
You spitting in her stuff? Dude, okay, for one, I don't think people understand the bacterial complex behind, for one, humans and shellfish. Clams are shellfish. Here it is, we have a fish like the puffer fish, and people actually eat it. I would never eat that shit. But people actually eat it, prepared the wrong way, one wrong move, and whoever eats it is poison. So if this bacteria and it's rotting, this is something that's rotten, and you putting this in her products, and she's getting sick. So now it's not the fact that you just don't want her there. You're maliciously trying to harm her.
Bitch, you whooped. You is whooped, and I would have never got up off of her, even a whole man.
Let it would have been my best friend. Let it would have been my best friend. That bitch is whooped. She's whooped. I'm sorry, she's whooped. Let it would have been my mother. She's whooped. Point blank period. I would have never got up off of that ass. Like, I'm not finna play with you. And my thing is, like you said, how does she go from thinking that this is okay, even if you've never been around black people? What is going on in your household that this is something that you thought was okay? What was it that your parents taught you that you thought that this was okay to do? Right. And this was to do to anybody of any color.
And and another thing too that I don't think a lot of people realize is that culturally there are some very big differences in the way black people take offense to certain things. And y'all know. Anytime there is, office situation, and for you, those of you who may not have worked in an office setting, grab your mom or grab somebody who who has worked in an office setting where there is a diverse, array of co-workers.
Yeah, staff.
And so you got all these different staff members that come from all different kind of places, and you're gonna have a potluck. First thing black folks do is they ask who made what.
What's in that?
Exactly.
If it's not looking like the way we make it, what did you use?
Exactly. And then I know you all are so aware of the whole Seinfeld episode where he was telling the guy he shouldn't have double dipped the chip. Well, we got a little idiosyncrasies about putting your hands down in a bag of chips, putting your hands on food that you're gonna put on somebody's plate. We want you to use a utensil.
If you're handing somebody a cup, do not be touching the inside of the rim. Keep your hands on the outside of the cup.
Exactly. Let the person who is gonna drink out of it put their hand in the inside of it to grab it out of a stack of cups. Some black folk are funny about certain things. So for her to take it to the degree of spitting in her hair care products, putting moldy clam dip in her lotions. Now, what I don't understand is, did this moldy clam dip have a smell? Why didn't the smell
give it away?
So she must have been doing it in really small amounts and putting it in the lotion and then shaking it up so she wouldn't be able to smell it. I don't know what she was doing that this girl didn't realize that something was going on with her products. You know that, but that's another whole topic of conversation.
Right.
But my whole issue with her is that, you know, we already funny when it comes to certain things. And then you're going to turn around and put body fluids in her products. I mean, spitting, you know, all this different kind of stuff. That's just beyond nasty.
And then we talking about with the tampon, like who
does that?
Who in their right mind thinks to do something like that? Maybe people don't understand the bacteria factor that when it comes down to human people, humans. And this is one of the things that really drives me crazy about people who don't like labels and they don't want the type and all of that. Humans are some of the most disgusting animals on the planet. Disgusting animals on the planet. Here it is, animals tend to have a particular smell, but animals stay smelling one thing. It's a difference when you're talking about doing bowel movements and stuff like that. But depending on the chemical makeup of a human body, you can smell like a million different things. You got women who are very, you know, fastidious about their hygiene and they can still walk around and have a fishy smell to them. That means there's a chemical imbalance there. So for you to take menstrual blood, wiping it up, do you know for one, how disgusting that is? And how sick you have to be that this was a thought that came into your mind. This is not only the fact that you don't like her, you're trying to harm her. It's a difference in not liking somebody. I cannot like a million bitches, but I'm not gonna take and go wipe shit on nothing. I'm not gonna take and go wipe spit on something. In the black community, spit is the most disrespectful thing you can do to a person. To spit on somebody or to put your feet on somebody is the most disrespectful thing you can do. So for her to do you taking it way too far. Here's the thing, you have certain situations, which I definitely did notice that even with the gay community, like let's say you have people where you have them not being 100% honest about their gender from the beginning. People were able to get off by this heat of the moment. What if when this girl found out that she was doing this shit to her? Because the way things are set up here in Chicago, you could tell somebody about something, they get mad enough to where their family members will give you a weapon to go back. It has happened here. It's happened here, it's been on the news. So for you to do something like this and then she finds out about it, what if she would have went back to that room and dog walked that bitch, because that's what I would have did, or tried to kill her for harming her for however long she been doing it, because apparently she been getting sick long enough. She been getting sick long enough to the point to where she had to go to the doctor. She knew that shit wasn't a cold.
Now, you know, people don't realize that you know, a bacterial infection can manifest in a lot of different ways, and if untreated, had she not treated it, had it become a blood infection, that means she would have been septic. Had she been septic and they would not have been able to treat her with IV antibiotics, then that would have started organ failure. That could have cost her her life. I'm having an issue with that. I have a real issue with that.
Because you don't like her.
Because you didn't like her. And then what's the reason for you not liking her? Was it just because your personalities didn't mesh? Okay, your personalities didn't mesh, but did you really need to go to that extreme to make her so uncomfortable that she had to move? If it was that serious, why didn't she leave the dorm room? If it was just that serious.
And to tell you the truth, I think a lot of this might be surmised from jealousy, because you running around calling this girl the Jamaican princess, Jamaican Barbie. Barbie has been the staple of pretty for the longest. So for you to be running around calling her the Jamaican
this
Barbie.
young lady, she was an attractive young black girl. I mean, there wasn't anything I saw about her that wasn't attractive. She was a cute girl to me. You know, but I just really have an issue with that, and the fact that the university didn't take it as serious, I think, as they should have. And I think that a lot of times, because there is so much noise that surrounds the Black Lives Matter movement, you know, the Colin Kaepernick situation, with the NFL and all these other issues that come up. So when somebody of color complains about something, there's this automatic response that, oh, we're pulling a race card, and oh, it's because we're black, or you know, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, so they want to address it, or they don't want to feed into thinking that it's gonna spiral out to be something different than what it really was, and that it wasn't really that serious. But for me, the seriousness of it wasn't because the young lady who was the perpetrator was white and that the victim was black. The seriousness of it was that she did something that could have potentially harmed her severely, and that they didn't react to that. That's the issue that I have with it. You know, and especially being a parent, having a child at a school in Connecticut, you know, being that far away from home, you already worry. You're already worried about how are they going to be perceived? You know, how are they going to be treated on campus? You know, I had a worry, you know, because I didn't get a chance to meet his roommates when we took him off to school. So by the time his roommates came, we had already left, and I, you know, didn't get a chance to meet them, didn't get a chance to meet their parents. So I kept asking him, you know, well, how are your roommates? And he would say, oh, they're fine, they're fine, they're fine. My son, being the person that he is, he's very likable, he's a good kid, people gravitate to him, they love him, you know, so, but I still had that worry. You know, my child is way in Connecticut. If something happens to him, it's going to take me a minute to get to him. You know, so, and then, you know, he's a young black man in America. Things happen.
Yep.
Things happen.
Same way this girl was a young black female in America.
So, you know, you wonder about these things, but I just had an issue, you know, with this young lady thinking that it was okay. I mean, even if the young lady wasn't black, how is it okay
to do that to another person? To
do that to another person is just unbelievable. And then the fact that her family hasn't said anything. Now I realize maybe the attorneys are advising them not to say anything, but her parents need to say something. They need to say something. How is it okay? I mean, if I had a child who had done something like that, I would be like, look, y'all, I did not raise him or her like that.
Yep.
That is not something. We're going to work with the university. We're going to work with the family of this young lady. We're going to get this straightened out. Whether we have to get her some counseling, you know, whatever the situation is, we're going to have to address this. I couldn't just be silent and be the parent of the perpetrator and not say anything. I mean, because to me, that's a reflection on you as a parent.
Exactly.
How is it okay that your daughter is 17, 18, 19 years of age on a college campus doing this kind of thing to another person? Basically
poisoning this girl.
Poisoning somebody just because she didn't like her. You know, really? Really? Really?
What is we doing?
You know, that right there, that would just be so...
Because I been the family member on the aggressive end, being the young lady who was, you know, basically bullying this girl. Now that's bullying. That's what bullying is. And you potentially could be fatally harming her. If I was her family,
oh, I would have kicked her ass as soon as I found out she did it. Oh no, really?
this is what you do. You supposed to be at college trying to better your future, and you down there messing with this girl. I'm beating your ass. I'm beating your ass. Best believe. Y'all act like y'all remember the videos where the daddy told the daughters don't be twerking, and he got in there with that damn extension cord. Oh, that it would have been a fist of fury on that ass. No.
Or the mother whose son was out acting a fool after the Mike Brown situation, and she had told him not to go out of the house, and he was out with his face covered up throwing rocks and stuff at the police, and she grabbed him and pulled that stuff up and towed him up on camera, and people were saying that he should be taken away from her and all that kind of stuff. But you all don't understand, from a parent's perspective, when you send your child out into the world, you're a reflection of me. So if you get out there and you out there acting a fool and doing wrong, that's a reflection of me. So now, but I find it so curious that when a person of color, black, Latino, it doesn't matter. If you anything other than white, if your child is out there in the world acting a fool, the first thing they want to ask is, well, where are the parents in this? Where are the parents in this? Why haven't the parents come out and said anything? What kind of upbringing did he have? What kind of upbringing did she have that they thought that that was okay? But when it's a white student who does it, nobody says anything. What were nobody, and of course these are separate situations in different states, but the young man who only got the real small jail sentence or whatever it was for raping the girl, nobody ever said, where are his parents? The rich boy that was running around doing all the wrong, and him and his mama went out on the lam trying to get away from the police, and they had changed his appearance, and they was in another country and all this kind of stuff, and they had to extradite him back. You know, we know what she was thinking about it. She was helping him get away with it. So now, is that the same thing that we should just assume that her family thinks it's okay for this kind of behavior is okay? I don't know, y'all. I feel some kind of way about it. Why haven't the family come out and said these are not the virtues that we have instilled in our daughter, and we're gonna have to take a break while she's on this break, since she's been put out of the school. We're gonna have to address this. You know, we are
extremely baffled and ashamed by these actions. How are your parents?
How does the family not have anything to say about the situation? How is it that they just have nothing to say? Not even a spokesperson has come forward.
Right. Not one lawyer then said, well, the family feels that no, ain't nobody said nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing. Just let something happen to my little brother. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. And that's another thing that pisses me off. Good thing that this girl reacted in the way that she did, because had she retaliated, then it would have been like, and here's the thing, right? And I hate to say this, but when it comes down to white America, especially with the Black Lives Matter movement, her retaliating on this girl for doing something to her, they would have found a way to blame the Black Lives Matter movement on her.
Absolutely, they would have. Absolutely.
Like I said, luckily she reacted the way that she did, because a nigga like me is going to jail. Point blank, period. But the minute I found out you was spitting, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. The minute I found out about period blood, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail, and I'm tearing that ass up. You can't do something to me but then dictate how I react to it.
Right.
You can't. So good thing this girl reacted the way that she did. I definitely wish her the best and hope that things get better. But if I was you, baby, I'd have beat her ass. I would have whooped her ass. That's what I would have did. That's the one time I dropped the MF, one time, and it'll be bleed. But that would have been the one time. That, honestly speaking, you cannot say that girl would have been still here in one piece. Not messing with me. Not messing with me. She might not be dead. She wouldn't be dead, because I ain't in trying to kill nobody or nothing like that, but she wouldn't be in one piece. So you ain't gonna never forget me. You ain't gonna never forget what you did, and you ain't gonna never forget that ass whooping that came from what you did. But that's how I feel about the situation. You got anything else you want to talk about on the situation?
No, it's just, everybody keeps, everybody's posting stuff on Facebook and on social media about being awake. It's not just black folks that need to wake up. Everybody needs to wake up. Right. Stop sending that out as a PSA for black people, and everybody needs to be. You need to wake up. I mean, I'm sorry, there is nowhere in any situation that kind of behavior is okay. I don't care whether it's black, white, or otherwise. It's not okay. Well, everybody, that is the end of this video, this Real Chat 101. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Stop playing with my emotions. Hit that like button and turn the notifications on. And I will say it in every video. Stop playing with my emotions. Hit that subscribe button. Turn your notifications on so that you never miss whenever I upload a video. And I know y'all waiting on y'all story time. Be patient. Be patient. That's one thing I can say about my flaws. They're patient. Few. Because there's a few people that's like, where it's at, and it's like, it's common, just be patient. But remember that we're all flawed people, but the choice is yours to do it perfectly, and we will catch y'all in the next video. Peace.